Hey, good evening. Here in San Francisco, January 15th, the day before I get on the plane to head to Mount Kilimanjaro. Hard part's over. COVID testing, Army approvals, APACs, and that APACs, that's the military requirements for getting leave approved. Deliberate risk assessment, medical review, personal recovery plan. I think I'd rather chew tinfoil than go through that process again, but all good. So here behind me, I have all my gear laid out. Double check, triple check, and then you put it up. And don't touch it. So we'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. It's the 16th, and I was supposed to be at the airport this afternoon, but I got a little notification this morning that our flight was delayed. So you always expect things to happen. It's what you do when those things happen that kind of messes up your plane. So here I am at the airport at 8 o'clock in the morning trying to get my flight rebooked. I can at least get to Salt Lake City, but from there, still undetermined. More to follow. H is waving. We're almost on ground. And we're here. Kilimanjaro International Airport. And they have all of 3 planes on ground. 1, 2, and 3. That's me, right here, call first. Am I good?
Yeah, cool, man.
I'm good. All right, we got our luggage. We cleared the COVID test. Leaving the airport. A little over an hour drive. Got Simon behind the wheel, H in the rear with the gear, providing unsolicited feedback. And away we go. Tuesday morning on 6 o'clock, all packed up. Duffel bag, day pack. Here's the perimeter wall at the Summit Hotel with the electrified fence. Is that to keep people in or keep people out? Not sure. All right, just weighed in. I'm under the right weight, so they're taking it away. All right, looking good. At the Climb Kilo staging area, Summit Hotel, doing our pre-gear checks, taking our money. And a nice pool. That'll be on the return trip. You good back there, H?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. High security, doing passage of lines, departing the Summit Hotel. Now we get the free Tanzania massage with the road conditions here. We're at the trailhead, the Roshi trailhead. I'm sure I mispronounced that, but it's a nice drive up here. Saw a monkey. There's H. Jillian and Nelson. I'll spend 2 days with us. Nice pavilion. All right. Giddy up. Okay. We're moving, gents. Got H. Sarah the guide. And we're going slow. Pulley, pulley. Yeah, see the monkey? See the monkey's bite? Pulley, pulley. This is the pace we're going. Slow is the new fast. There's the blue monkey. Better than the San Diego Zoo. That's
That looks like a
Kiwa.
Be careful, don't touch this. If you touch, you will suffer.
Okay.
So-
do you got Techno?
So, blister?
All right, we finished day one on Dave and H's major adventure. A little over 3.5 hours of hiking, 2,000 feet of elevation gain. Poly. Any words of wisdom, H?
Great weather, great guides, and great trail. Couldn't ask for anything better.
More to follow. This thing is a little bit more urbanized than the cat hole. In the mess tent, way too much food. So it rained for about 45 minutes. We had just gotten into camp. The porters had set everything up. Perfect timing. So we sat in the mess tent and drank some tea, ate some popcorn. It was pretty cool. So, quite a few folks out here, even though it's not as busy as they'd like it to be. Good morning. Beginning of day 2. Excellent night's sleep. Quite a bit of rain last night. It's all good. So here we're at the Garrison campsite. Got the mess tent set up for chow at 7. Wash station. There's our man taking care of us, Major Schindel. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
And of course, here's the Kaibo. We're gonna draw a big letter H on that one day. And here's our accommodations. More to follow. Good morning. Day 2 on the trail. Just had a great breakfast. Porridge, crepes, scrambled eggs, coffee. What could be better? Still got my moral compass spinning with all this service that I'm not used to. All I got to do is get up and walk. So what do you have to say, H?
To the summit.
Good goal. You see those porters up there? Just humping that stuff. Incredible physical endurance. Look at these gators. Last time these were worn, March 1987. Coming off the whites with some great hikers. Sean M, Sean R, Matt H. They're back in use. Giddy up. All right, made it above the tree line. Great views. Mount Meru.
You know, I think maybe even Kili, one day it will erupt again.
They say it's just dormant. So it's
I
not
don't
dead.
think so. I don't think so because why we smell so far there? Sometimes
I've not been, I don't know.
sometimes we smell.
Really?
Yeah.
It must look
Tortilla.
like a
The South African national flower. Black ants,
Yes.
nothing to be messed with. If you screw up on a hike, you get this in your sleeping bag. You really can't tell how steep it is. But this is like the Kili blast. Right, H? So we're lunchtime, just went up the Kili blast. From Alaska, I've done that thing. Try and do it at 10,000 feet. So, folks here setting up lunch for us. There's Juvenile. Look at this lunch here. This is not PCT lunch. My moral compass is spinning off the dial. We got Juvenile pouring us our leek soup in our lunch tent. We're not worthy. That's the first view of the summit. And you can see our campground right down there. And then we're gonna go around left. 5 days we'll be on the top. There's our campsite tonight. And then off in the distance there, see a white structure. That's our campsite tomorrow. And then we're gonna go left. See the two humps? We'll split there and circle around. All right, we just finished our day 2 hike, a little over 7 hours, 6 miles, 2,400 feet in elevation gain. We're at Shira 1 campsite, Mount K in the background. What'd you think of today's hike, H?
It's great. Had all kinds of weather going on, and it reminded me a lot of the Whites with the treadway, some serious ups with a little bit of bouldering.
Definitely some serious ups. So we transitioned from the rainforest to the moorland.
Felt like home on the AT.
Giddy up. Got my stuff put away. Just sitting out here, charging the phone. What a spectacular view. And then these guys are working hard. Good morning. Day 3. About 5:30 in the morning. Cleaning up the tent. Got to take my meds, altitude medication, and malaria medication. That malaria medication, crazy dreams. Yeah, so better than NyQuil. All right, let me finish up. 10 after 6 on day 3. Sun's not up yet, but I am. There's Mount K. And it's so nice not to have to dig a cat hole. This is much better than the Summit Hotel or the Whitney Hostel. Okay, we got our first river crossing. Cowboys in the lead. We're not allowed to fall. On the trail, day 3. Just left the campsite. 7:50 in the morning. Looking good. Anything to say, H?
No.
Just got gapped by some more people. But that's okay. Right there is Shira 2. That's our target. We've been hiking for half an hour. I don't think we've gotten any closer. Reminds me of Muir Hut. You crest the hill, you see Muir Hut, and you're like, oh, it's 15 minutes away. This one is a little bit farther away. That's our campsite. It's a little side trail to Cathedral Point for those that are froggy enough to get some more exercise. We're heading to Shira 2. We've only gone a kilometer. Still got a ways to go. Actually crossing a road. Nice concrete low water crossing site with the bollards to indicate depth of water. And a cool little picnic site. Instead of cairns, they have outhouses as trail markers. Still in the moorland section. Lots more vegetation. In front of me is a Senecio tree. And then around me, there's a little bit more vegetation, much more than in the Shira Plateau, where apparently 10 years ago they had a fire caused by people that were smoking cigarettes. They don't allow cigarettes, but for some reason I continue to see cigarette butts on the ground. Just finished up the day 3 hike, Shira Camp 1 to Shira Camp 2. About 4 hours, a little over 1,000 feet of elevation gain. Time for lunch. Giddy up. Had a little bit of a rain shower right after lunch. It's kind of nice hanging out in the tent, but I'm gonna take a little nap and prepare for tomorrow's hike. Here we got Sarah doing the most important test of the day. He's at 93. H was at 97, and through some stroke of luck, I got 98. But Sarah's doing a great job looking after us. So thanks so much, Sarah.
Thanks so much.
Here, Juvenile is our waiter, and he does this breakfast, lunch, and dinner. H and I are completely unaccustomed to this level of treatment on the trail, and we continue to scratch our head. Are we worthy? Juvenile brought us coffee this morning, and it does make for quite a pleasant experience. He's doing a great job. All right, these guys are cleaning up. The guy putting the tent stakes down. That's the engineer. One of the more coveted positions, because it's the highest paying position, because he gets to tend to that. The rest of the guys cleaning up. Tall gentleman, that's the cook. I think he's playing tricks on us. He keeps feeding us more and more food, and maybe he's playing a trick on the engineer, because what comes in must come out, so the engineer's got to clean up on that. So anyways, getting a little bit later start. Kilimanjaro 911. Highest paid person in camp, the engineer. Day 4 on the trail. Short day, about an hour and a half hiking, well, 2.5. 1,800 feet of elevation gain. We're going to Moi Camp, M-O-I. First time I saw that name, I thought it was Mere Camp. Probably get where my mind is. So, holy poly. Quick look back on Shira 2 campsite. We've transitioned from the moorland to the Alpine deserts. We kind of hit a bit of a milestone, just passed over 13,360, which is about the highest elevation on the Pacific Crest Trail on Forester Pass. We still got a ways to go. All right, break time's over. Count off. 1, 2. There's our campsite. Porters have already set up our lodging for the evening. Got the mess tent, our tents, and this is Moira Camp, M-O-I-R. I had to be corrected. So, good little day today. Up about 800 feet. Finishing up a 2.5 hour hike. No reason to go fast. And then the fog is coming in, which some people may not like the fog, but it makes you have to work to get to see what's in front of you. All right, we made it to our camp at Moira Camp, M-O-I-R. Great campsite. We got some lava flow in front of us and a lava precipice behind us. Anything to add, H?
Great views, high desert, great valley coming up to the camp itself. Had a good time today. Today was a little bit easy because tomorrow, day 5, is supposed to be the one that we go up the gut.
All right, giddy up. Got a little bit of a hailstorm coming in. Hopefully it'll just quickly pass us by. Hailstorm. Fog, rain, clouds broke. Nice view of the peak. Good morning. Day 5 here at the Moira campsite. There's H, our tents. There's kind of a glimmer of hope, a little bit of blue sky. Hopefully that'll open up a little bit more. And again, we can't see it, but we know it's there, Mount K. So yesterday it was hailing, now it's snowing. Okay, conditions have changed a little bit. A little flurry of snow, but if you got the right gear, you can do anything. Giddy up. Been hiking for about a little over an hour in the fog, on and off rain, about 40 some odd degrees. But going up these hills, really steep, and at almost 14,000, you gotta go pulley. Been hiking for a little over 2 hours, still raining, and GPS says a little over 14,300 feet. Still got a ways to go. Good pace. Not too much to see though. All good. All right. The thing over my head is an umbrella. And the Army doesn't let you wear umbrellas in uniform because it never rains on the Army. Compliments to H, it was his idea. Nice little lunch break. Seat came in handy. Been foggy all morning, but maybe this is a good sign. At least we can see a couple more feet in front of us. The sun's breaking through and you can almost see Kili.
How many people get this view?
The northern route. Even under the harshest conditions, nature still thrives. All right, sports fans, we just finished the hardest day, day number 5. Over 8 hours of hiking. Got up to 14,440 feet, which is the equivalent of Mount Elbert. Beautiful terrain, some flat areas, and then quite a few puds, pointless up and downs. And man, I tell you, they were some tough ones. Pulley. Anything else to add, H?
It was actually quite exciting. Had rain, sleet, snow, fog, sun. Got a great view of the Kilimanjaro from the west side, and overall good day. And it was a hard day, so I think it took us a little bit over 7 hours.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. There's our campsite socked in the fog. H and I were enjoying some popcorn and ginger tea. Came out to get something, and finally get afforded this spectacular view. That's Kenya in the distance. Now the sky's cleared above Kili. We'll be there in a couple days. Good morning, day 6. And the skies have fully revealed. what our target is. But as the great H. Schindel says, getting to the top is optional, getting down is mandatory. The sunny weather sure does a lot for morale. Porters are laying stuff out to dry and allows me to recharge my batteries. And we're off. Day 6. Just left Buffalo camp. It was sunny, but weather can change quite quickly around here, as we've learned. Special feature of the northern route, not that many people use it, which is kind of cool. So Buffalo's leading the way, the Pathfinder, and sometimes finding this trail can be a little sketchy, but we're on track. Name of this plant is lobelia. Looks like a pineapple. Interesting to see this type of vegetation at this elevation. About an hour and a half into the hike, stop for a little rest break. And I know you can't tell it on the camera, but this trail goes straight down and then straight back up. Gorgeous scenery. So, a lot of the YouTube videos I've watched really don't show some of the technical challenges associated with hiking Kilimanjaro. I think because they're too busy trying to stay vertical. What do you think, H?
I do my own stunts.
So we're almost done with our day 6 hiking to Third Cave. That's our campsite there. And that is the Third Cave feature. And tomorrow we'll get up and start heading up to School Hut, about a 2,500 foot gain. So, great day of hiking. Great views. Nice terrain. Anything to add, H?
No.
These porters are something else. That's one of ours, and he just went down to go get some water. And then tomorrow, we're going to be up at School Hut. It's a 2,500 foot climb, and he's got to carry all the water. These porters make some fine infantry. Good morning, day 7 here at Third Cave campsite. A little chilly, but at least we can see our target, Mount K. Had a little bit of rain last night. Let's hope it stays dry for us. Glorious. Morning, day 7 on the trail. Just left Third Cave, going to School Hut, over 15,000 feet. Anything to say, H?
Giddy up to the summit.
Been hiking for a little over an hour and a half. Nice smooth path. Last couple hundred yards were a little bit of a steep incline, but at least there weren't any steps. Right now we're at 14,100 feet, and we're headed to School Hut. A little over a mile to go, but distances are quite deceiving up here. I know it's tough to see on the camera, but you see the borders up at the top. It's got to be at least a 35 degree incline.
Killy blast, baby. Killy blast.
So that trail behind me, I know you really can't see it, but we went up almost 300 feet in less than 0.2 of a mile. Some of the grade was about 35–40%. That thing makes Lombard Street in San Francisco look like the Bonneville Salt Flats. Team Sloth would have been proud of me. Poly poly. Day 7 hike in the books. A little over 4 hours. 2,500 feet in elevation gain. We're at School Hut, 15,400 feet, a new personal record for H and I. So we're gonna get some lunch, get in the tents, get some dinner, get in the tents, and SP at midnight. Giddy up. So we just got to the 15,400 foot mark, and at School Hut, look what we got waiting for us. Here's Juvenile. He's gonna display today's meal. What do you have to say, Juvenile?
Juvenile. Yeah. This is potato soup.
Potato soup. Thank you. Above the clouds at School Hut at 15,400 feet. Day 8. It's not even day 8 yet. It's 23:20. As the great Richard P. from Troop 88 told the great Ken C. from Troop 15, it's time. Just made a killer climb. Woo! That was something else. We still got a ways to go. Thank goodness for Diamox. Giddy up. Making the final push towards your peak on Mount Kilimanjaro. Been hiking for 8 hours and 20 minutes. This by far is the toughest hike I've ever done. There it is. The rooftop of Africa. Your peak. And I got this gentleman, Sarah, to thank for getting H and I to the summit. Incredible hiker, gifted leader, great person. Look at the views. Got the rooftop to ourselves. All right. High point first. Continental high point for me. Incredible journey. Incredible views. Incredibly challenging. Anything to add, H?
It's the real deal.
That's Barafu camp down there. We're going to pass that. Going down. This is the easier of the two trails to come up. But if you come up this trail, you're either doing like a 5, 6, 7 day hike. What goes up must come down. The downhill, I think, is harder than the uphill. This is about a 35-degree slope on scree. It is exhausting. It's 1:15. Been hiking for 13 hours and 15 minutes. And we still got a few more hours to put on. Maybe we could turn this into the 24 hours of Kilimanjaro. Good morning. Day 9, last day on the trail. Off in the distance is Kilimanjaro. Might not be able to see it. A little bit of snow on the top. Stars lighting it up. A couple planets. It's about 10 to 5. Got a SP time, a start time of 5:30, because this hike is not over yet. We're at 12,000 plus feet. We got to get down to 5,000, so we're losing 7,000 feet over a period of 7 miles. And we got to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning, because that's when the nurse will be there to administer COVID test, which certainly adds a lot more complexity to any expedition. So we'll see you on the trail. Been hiking for about 15 minutes, about freezing temperatures. Probably heard of ESPN's 30 for 30. Well, we're doing 7 for 7, 7,000 feet and 7 miles. One thing I noticed is stop taking the Diamox, and even though I'm many thousand feet below where I had been, it's easier to get winded. So pretty sure that stuff worked. I didn't have a headache on the summit. We'll have more once the sun comes up. Hey, good morning. It's day 9.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Great. I'm on the trail here, and this is our guide, Sarah. He started out as a porter in 1984, summited Kilimanjaro in 1987, been out here over 250 times. Incredible experience. His nickname is the Priest. He was going to be a priest, but he met a pretty girl in his choir, and he chose the sacrament of marriage over the sacrament of priesthood. But I've witnessed Sarah's leadership capabilities and characteristics over the last 9 days. He's demonstrated empathy, compassion, caring, and he has a high-performing team. And I wanted to ask Sarah what he thinks about how he gets his team to work together. So, Sarah, what are some of the things that you do to get your team to work together?
Yeah, you know, as a guide, you have to make sure that you pick porters and make sure that you know them where they live. And because they know me since before 2000, that's why I pick them from my village, because I know them and where they live. Because some are not good and some good. That's why I have to know to choose porters and to make sure that they have strong enough to do this, because this is hard job.
Definitely a hard job.
Yeah, as you know. And as you saw, they carry a lot of things on the head. And because we learned this from our parent to carry on the head.
One of the things I've noticed, one of the characteristics of a great leader is a mentor. And so what are some of the things that you're doing to develop the next generation of guides?
Yeah, you know, some you have to make sure that they have enough equipment, and because some they want to learn how to be a guide, you have to teach them and to tell them to be close with a client, because some don't know how to speak English. Some they learn English from client. It's like, as you see my waiter, I teach him to be a guide.
So, Sarah, very grateful for you and your team and demonstrating your leadership. You have a high-performing team, and I think that's a reflection of you and your overall team. And H and I are very thankful that you've been able to be a part of our lives for the last 9 days. So thank you.
Thanks so much. And I'm very happy because I was with the army group. They was strong, but they struggle. They struggle. Especially yesterday, summit day, it was hard, but they struggle and they made it.
Yeah.
Please, thank you, and I wish you to come back next time.
Will do.
God wishes.
Thank you. Part of the 7 for 7. This section of trail is really cool. Got the Spanish moss. Just absolutely incredible.
Here are the natives.
Miwaka camp. This is where we were supposed to camp last night. I'm glad we didn't. It would have been tough. Just arrived at Miwaka Gate. Did the 7 for 7. 7 miles, dropping 7,000 feet. Finishing up our journey around Kilimanjaro, culminating on the summit at Shira Peak. Great 9 days. with H, and what lies ahead of us and what lies behind us compares nothing to what lies within us to accomplish great things.